What better way to begin the morning than with a nice morning walk? It is about 9 o'clock in the morning. I started at about 8 o'clock in the morning, and my goal this morning was just to get out and hear my own thoughts before it got too busy. I mean, this is as empty as it gets in this city that I've seen. Something that you really crave when you're on the road for so long is genuine, wholesome conversations in your native language. That's something that you really miss a lot. I mean, it's easy to see the novelty of travels, and you watch a video and it looks so exciting and so novel, but the truth is, in some ways, the novelty wears out with an intense desire to connect with people in your own native language. In a place like this, very, very few people speak English. Yet, you push forward, you try your best, and you try to make connections. However, it never comes close to a genuine connection that you have with somebody who speaks your language in their native tongue. It doesn't come close. You can try, but it's not quite the same. And we have made it back to the busy side of town again. Seems that the city wakes up pretty early. I would say by 8 o'clock in the morning, the city is rolling in full swing. And in some areas, much earlier than that, probably 7, 6 o'clock even in some areas. But down here, I would say 8 o'clock is the magic number. And it's getting busier and busier. I once met a long-term traveler, somebody very much like myself, in Tulum, Mexico. And they said something that I'll never forget. They said, home is the people you meet along your journey. And there was so much truth to that, because it really is. I mean, those people, those temporary people that you meet along your journey, when you're on the road long enough, that's your only sense of home. That's your sense of comfort. That's your sense of happiness. And if you're not happy, you gotta change the people. The people make the places. That's something that I never forgot. Actually, let's go this way. When you get the right people in your life, no matter what country you're in, it changes the entire experience. You could be having a really, really mediocre experience in one country. You leave that country, go to the next country, and boom, before you know it, you got an entirely different experience. Look at all those chickens down there on the floor. You buy your chickens live here, they slaughter it right there in front of you, and they pluck it right there in front of you. It's quiet down here. I remember at the beginning of my travel journey, it was sometime around 2017, and I bought my one-way plane ticket to Bangkok. And I thought the journey was going to last 1 year, but it ended up lasting much, much longer than that. And at the beginning, there's this sense of family. Everybody you met becomes a part of your family, especially when you're traveling for 6 months to a year. All right, let's squeeze through here. There was this weird sense that everybody you met was a part of your family, and it felt real and it felt honest. But then, when I made it to year 2, year 3 of traveling, you quickly realize that the people you met on the road, they go back home, and then there's this weird sense of jealousy that you're still experiencing what they once experienced, and they think everything is still the same, and it's not. They don't realize that you're no longer on vacation. This is your life. You know, you're traveling, but you're not on vacation like they were once on vacation. And they get sucked back into this portal of their daily grind back home. And you're no longer experiencing that grind. You're experiencing a different grind, but one that's equally exhausting. So you lose all of those people that you once had. And then you find yourself alone. That's kind of how the story goes, but that's not the story that people want to tell you. But it is the truth, very much the truth. The sun is shining now. I will end my morning walk very soon. People think life is always great, and they just don't see everything associated with it. They don't see the ongoing visa applications. They don't see the insurances that you must take care of. They don't see the lodging and accommodation that you got to take care of. And then that's on top of whatever else you may be working on in the region. Whatever other projects you may have going on, that's on top of that. It is true that traveling long term gives you the opportunity to make friends around the world. But it's also true that having friends around the world isn't quite the same as being able to go grab a coffee or a tea with your friend. It's not the same as being able to say, hey, you want to hang out tonight? Let's hang out tonight. And the chances are, when you make it to whatever country your friend is in, they're going to be busy. They have their own life. They have their own schedule. They have their own daily grind. And they can't just stop their life back home for you because your schedule opened up for a sliver of space for their country. Yeah, you can video chat all you want, but once you video chat with enough people for long enough, you realize that it's not the same. It's not the same. You appreciate it. You love your people, but the video chats does not fill a void for in-person interaction. Where are we at? I have no idea. I think we need to go this way. I just finished my walk. Sometimes you have to leave the craziness of the city behind. Sometimes those views are necessary.